What's your name? Who you are?
My name is Tony Scaforo.
Okay. Put your hand down. What? Your name is what?
Tony.
Tony. You're Tony. Okay. That people can understand.
I'm Tony.
Yeah. So, you've been here for how long?
2003.
Okay. So how it was over here in 2003?
Beautiful. Till 2006 came around.
Okay.
And a new inspector came into the neighborhood. And there was a mayor at the time, Richard Garland. And he was looking for votes.
Okay.
Came around and came and see my property. I told him, yeah, I hope when you're mayor, I could probably get my bridge permit. So I was asking for it. He said, sure, no problem. During that year that this mayor, Richard Garland, was around, this new inspector came around by the name of Sylvain Breton. But at the time, the current inspector from 2003 to 2006, I know of, was Micheline Desero. And she's been there for like 22 years, if not more.
Okay.
Nothing. It was, I have a contract in my deed that says I have within 10 years to build a bridge.
Okay.
Fine. It took my time because there was an old man living before, next door, the old owner of here. So I didn't want to destroy his bridge because the old guy's old, so might as well. We'll wait till he passes away. When he passed away, before he passed, I started preparing for my bridge. And Micheline Desero did all the researches for me, you know, with Environnement Canada, Environnement Quebec, and she told me you only need the croquis, and you can build with the ressources naturelles. So ressources naturelles means no 2x4s, you know,
Yeah.
trees and rocks. He said if there's trees in the back that you could use, if you're using the trees in the forest for something useful, they can't stop you. If you're just cutting trees for no reason, you know, or you pick up dead wood, it's okay. So I started building this bridge and I asked Micheline, so can I have my permit? And at the time, it wasn't her in charge. They switched her and they made somebody else in charge, which was Sylvain Breton. And he started that I need an architect, I need an engineer, I needed this, but why are you asking me for this now when Micheline Desero has been telling you that she did the research?
So,
right?
in overall, they changed the deal.
Yeah. So me, I said, you know what, deal with you guys. I got across. So I started building. I removed the bridge that was there, which the neighbor started giving me a problem, the new owner. He refused to move his bridge. But it says in the deed that he's got to move it if he buys this property, whether he likes it or not. Started building it, and it started with, there was a Directeur General, Claude Comiteau, Comptoir or something like that. I used to have cars in my yard. So it started by sending the police to my house to make sure if the cars were legal, were stolen, whatever. Then he started telling me, you're not allowed to have this bridge, I'm not giving you a permit. I told him, look, bro, I have to cross, whether you like it or not. He said no. So one morning, I had built a quai flottant, the barrels that was floating on top of the water, and it was giving access to me and my pregnant girlfriend at the time. It was already like not far from due because my son was born in September. And one morning, 9 o'clock, this guy shows up. I was sleeping in my room around 9:30, and I hear the dogs going crazy because somebody's on the bridge, standing up with his hands in the air. So me, I come outside, still in my underwears, and I see him. And he goes, "C'est quoi ça?" And he's there with his hands open. So I answered, "Ben Caliste, c'est pas le bon Dieu, tu marches pas sur l'eau. Ignorant, c'est un quai flottant." He goes, "Man, it's a pas d'eau." So he started screaming. I said, "Wait." I got dressed, had my cigarette of the day, and I went outside. I went to see him. And I said, "Now you gotta do me a favor. Now you have to get the fuck off my property. Because in the front there's a sign that says, Garde du chien." Cassettes and the CDs. I mean, you're gonna see that this inspector, he can't answer half the questions. Anyways, okay, I'm going to start it.
No. I don't mind.
This inspector's gonna, you know, it's ridiculous because there was no judge on this planet that's gonna prevent me from going home.
Yeah.
You know, he tried to call the garde de chasse.
Yeah.
He showed up here one day with him. They were, because the garde de chasse are allowed to arrest you, okay?
Yeah.
If you're fucking around in the river or whatever, these guys have the right to bust you right there and then.
Yeah.
Okay. The garde de chasse told me one thing. He goes, the same way I can't stop the trouts passing in the river and the deer to cross over, I can't stop you from going home.
Yeah.
He goes, and you're not doing nothing wrong. You didn't stop the river. You had to put a cage in the middle of the water because you're a clown. He built it without the cage and it fell. Yeah, this bridge. So for the first criminal case with Sylvain Breton, which was the inspector, the judge told him, arrête de la harceler, you know, and you had no reason to be on the property. And the same judge told him that by law, I have to tell you one time to get the hell off my property. The second time I could throw you out physically. But I don't do that because right away I'm going to get arrested, so screw that. So that died, the criminal case. In the municipal court case with the bridge, they were told to, he goes, vous étiez injuste, I have to see here, injuste, pas pour leur donner un permis. So you had no reason not to give me this permit. I did your croquis, and the law states that if I want to build something, I have to give you a $20 permit, and you give me a permit. He goes, oh, tu dois faire une direction, because they even tried to make me do a direction mineure. But that means you give me $100 and you're still going to get no. Because all their letters from the municipality, when they send you a letter to refuse, they put à la discrétion de la municipalité, du conseil. So what does the word à la discrétion mean? Does it mean à la discrimination or la discrétion?
Yeah.
Meaning if it makes sense to have it, you build it. If it doesn't make sense for you to have it, you don't build it. So they didn't like that. So the judge actually told him, they asked the mayor, who's sending you here? He goes, moi je suis par le conseil. They asked his inspector, it's the conseil that's pushing this. Because in the Montreal Gazette, they said that they had neighbors that were complaining it was an eyesore, but they never brought any neighbors. And
so you pass on the Gazette?
Yeah, I have that too.
For a complaint for the dogs?
For the bridge.
For the bridge?
Yeah, that was done for the junction.
But by this time, you had your...
I had my first judgment already won.
Yeah.
And
did the city appeal that judgment?
No, they didn't appeal. They had 30 days. What they did, the old mayor, which was Richard Garland, he left out of power, and mysteriously, Sylvain Breton got elected. So they brought me back to court on my birthday. They sent me a bailiff to my house on my birthday, which is dated with my date of birth, and the time they came here, to give me an injunction order to remove all the stuff on my property and to remove the abri temporaire and to demolish the bridge, because apparently they had a judgment from another court case stating that I lost and they had to demolish the bridge, and I'm refusing to do it.
So suddenly that person who's got no credibility since the beginning
became mayor.
Yeah, became mayor, and suddenly
and the inspector that helped me, Michelin de Serrault, got fired.
Okay, so that mayor, is he still in power?
Yeah, he's still in power. The elections are this year.
Okay.